Hi, I'm Mark. I'm one of the mammal keepers here at Drayton Manor Zoo. So I look after all the mammals on the section here, and one example of this is the capybara just behind me. They're actually the largest type of rodent in the world, which is why you might think they look quite like a giant guinea pig. You'd be quite right in thinking that. These guys are found across South America in wetland areas. They spend a lot of time in the water, so they have to be very careful of things like anacondas, which will sit in the water looking for them. They can actually hold their breath for 5 minutes, so they're fantastic swimmers. They've got webbed feet, so they're really suited for aquatic life. Capybara will actually spend a lot of time sleeping in the water. They'll lie on the riverbanks, so they'll be completely submerged just except their nostrils, which will sit just out the water, so they can have the sleep protected from any land-dwelling predators. Some of the predators that capybaras might come across would be jaguars, anacondas, caimans, and especially youngsters would be maybe subject to attacks from large birds of prey. So when a capybara feels threatened, its instinct is to get into water, and that's where they can usually get away from most predators. Capybaras are part of the rodent family, something which is unique to the rodent family is that their teeth continuously grow. So it's up to the capybara to ensure that they're biting down on hard objects in their environment to maintain the teeth and make sure they don't get too long. The capybara here at Drayton Manor are fed a mixture of root, veg and leafy greens, which varies from day to day. We also provide fresh browse daily for most of our animals on site. This gives them the opportunity to not only consume the leaves themselves, but to bite down on the hardwood to help maintain the teeth. So despite capybara looking really cuddly in appearance, they're actually really not. Their fur is very coarse, very wiry. It's very suitable for being in the water essentially. This sort of fur doesn't get waterlogged, so the water doesn't weigh them down or anything, and they can come out of the water essentially quite dry. So our 4 capybara here have access to a pool in their enclosure. They spend a lot of time in this pool, but what they probably love more than the water itself is the thick mud. In the warmer weather, they will completely cover themselves in mud from head to toe essentially. This is to keep them cool. It also protects them from any insect bites. So whilst capybara aren't endangered, they are threatened by deforestation and habitat loss in the wild. They're native to the Amazon rainforest, which is subject to quite a lot of deforestation. So it's important that we preserve these animals as best as we can across zoos across the world essentially.